Hello and welcome back to another video. Glad you're here. Yes, this is still me. Shaved the beard down quite a bit. Just wanted to throw that out there in case anybody was wondering who the new guy was on the channel. Still me. But today, we're going to take this piece of plywood and make a keychain pendant out of it. It's going to be a pretty simple process. We're going to cut a piece off of this, whatever size we're going to make it. You can make it whatever size you want. And it's basically just going to be sanded down on a sander. I'll show you the sander here in a little bit. And you can kind of just shape it however you want. It's just kind of a simple thing, but it's going to look really nice because this particular plywood has a lot of layers in it. And the way we're going to sand it, we're going to sand down into some of the layers and kind of expose them. And it's going to look really neat. So let's get started on it. Take a look at it. See how it looks after it's all done. Alright, so I've got the piece of plywood cut out. It's about 2 inches long. It can be any length you want it, however you want to do it. What we're going to do is we're going to use this disc / belt sander. It has a disc here and a belt here. Something like this is really good for kind of making curves and something. And this just gives you more options on how to sand it. I don't really have a set plan as to what I'm going to make this into or how I'm going to shape it. I'm just going to kind of go with it. It's kind of the good thing about doing stuff like this. You kind of have your own freedom to do whatever you want, however you want to do it. So just going to kind of go at it. I will leave one end will get kind of brought down to a skinnier point to make it easier. At the end, I'm going to drill a hole in here for the ring to go through that can be attached to your key ring. But other than that, there's really not a set thing as to what it's going to look like in the end. Just going to kind of go with it to see what happens. So let's do it. So now we've got it down to this point. I'm going to use a jump ring. It's what they use for a lot of like jewelry, necklace, pendants, stuff like that. And I'm going to drill a hole in here big enough for this to go in with a little bit of slop. I don't want it to be hung up in there. And then before I put this in, I'm actually going to go over this with a little bit of baby oil and just kind of dress it up, kind of bring it to life. And actually, before I do any of that, I'm going to sand this down with the 220 grit and then the 1000 grit. Oops. And just kind of clean it up, soften everything, soften all the edges, and get everything cleaned and prepped and ready for the jump ring and the oiling and everything, and then it'll be done. Alright, so now like I said before the ring gets put in, you can see I have to drill a hole in it. That's going to let the ring go in far enough that it's going to leave enough meat on here so nothing's going to rip out or tear out anytime soon, and it's going to leave enough room for it to move around freely. But so before that, I'm going to oil this down and just give it a little bit of character, kind of bring it to life. You can see what the oiling does. You can also put any kind of finish on this you want. If you want to put a clear coat of some sort on it, you're welcome to do that. I just figure something that's going to be in your pocket and beating and banging around, probably just as well to use something kind of natural. And over time, the oils in your hands and everything in your skin will kind of polish it as well. This is just something so that you can go on and get it started. You can see what it's going to look like. There you go, that's pretty much the finished product. Now, to put this ring in, I'm going to use 2 pairs of pliers. It just makes things easier. Just going to get a grip on one end of this, right next to the seam. And then grip it right here. I'm just going to spin it out. Just enough that that can go in, and then grab it back again, and just pinch it back together like that. Now you see this moves freely in here. There's plenty of room here that you can attach this to any keychain. Just kind of dress it up a little bit. It's just kind of a quick, simple little project. It's up to you how you want it to look. You can use any type of wood you want. It's just something you can do with scrap wood too. Something that's just laying around. You can use it for making something like this, or even like making an actual like necklace pendant if you wanted to. You could literally, you know, if there's enough room in here, you could put a chain through that and just hang it on the necklace and wear it like that. I've actually got a few other things that I've done before. This is resin. These are resin and wood. This is just another one of the plywood ones I've done before. This one does actually have a clear coat on it, as do the rest of these. As you see, there's just a lot of options of things you can do. Necklace pendants, keychain pendants, just something you wanted to carry around with you, or something that doesn't, you know, whatever you want to do with it. So that's some of the things you can do with scrap wood and a little bit of resin, or if you don't have resin, just the scrap wood will work just fine. So that's going to do it for another one. Thank you all for stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of any upcoming videos. Thank you all. We'll see you next time. Take care. So let's get started on that and take a look at it and see what it does. See what it does? It doesn't do anything. It's a keychain pin. It just sits there. So I've got the what do I have? What is this? What am I doing? Where am I? Okay. I'm not really gonna. I don't really have an eye. I don't have words. Why you no focus? Please focus. Okay.